everybody. How are you? Happy Easter to you, wherever you are in the world. I hope that however you're spending today, that you have a lovely day today, whether you're by yourself or you're spending time with friends and family or your children, that you have the most lovely day today. So, what am I doing today? Well, I was busy today doing some various housework. I saw that Chantal did some stuff last night, but I chose to react to it today because I was just completely wiped out as far as my energy. I did not want to do a react where I had no gas in the tank. So I just saved it all for today. So, what is Chantal up to now? Well, she did a shopping haul, showed herself in Sala, shopping for Lush products. She also did a Q&A of sorts, where she said she was going to answer questions from people. And she said some very interesting things during the Q&A. And I've got so many thoughts. I've got so many thoughts about things she's up to, things she's going to be up to. There's something that happened. There's a situation with the iPhone. So y'all remember when Chantal bought that new iPhone 14? The moment that she bought it, I immediately said, that's not for her. That's for Sala. She bought that phone for Sala. I knew deep down that he was going to end up with that phone. And wouldn't you know, Foodie went out and got a brand new Samsung because she's all about her filters. Even though there are filters on the new iPhone, still she's loyal and faithful, not to the brand Samsung itself, but to the filters on that phone. She just absolutely loves those filters. So she got a new Samsung. Sala got the iPhone. When I saw that situation, I'm like, okay. So you're being all beneath the table about it, are you, Foodie? You bought the phone for Sala, but because you knew people were going to give you crap for buying iPhones for the men in your life, you decided to kind of, you know, backhandedly slide it back to them. I'm just going to make it seem like it makes sense. Oh, I've got a new iPhone, a new phone, so he gets the new iPhone because I don't like it. Yeah, you bought that new iPhone for Sala. Absolutely. That was the intention. We all know your history, Foodie, of buying phones for the men in your life. You have to buy them new gadgets, new expensive gadgets to keep them around, to keep them interested. So she's got the new Samsung and he's got the new iPhone that she did have. But one question that I have about the situation, where is the money coming from for all these gifts? I really would like to know. Where's the money coming from? It's way before payday. And we all know their views are going down. So where's the money coming from that she's out there getting a new iPhone 14, new Samsung phone? In this shopping vlog, she's going to Lush and buying beauty products. Foodie, where's this money coming from if it's before YouTube payday? I think I have an idea, and I'm going to throw my theory on the table. I think my theory that you are catering to the feeders off YouTube. I think you might be doing some custom content for those people and they might be paying you. I think you're encouraging people that are your subs that instead of sending you super chats on YouTube, because YouTube will take 30% of that, you encourage them just to straight up send you money to PayPal. So you get 100% of it. Maybe between people sending you money on PayPal and doing the custom content, that's why you're not so worried about whatever you make on YouTube, because you might be doing all right between the PayPal money and the custom content money. I mean, people who have fetishes will sometimes pay very well to have their fetishes fulfilled and in a video. So yeah, where's the money coming from, Foodie? Where is the money coming from for all these expensive gifts? Hmm? Your views are going down. You should be saving money, but you're not. So where is it all coming from? I just want to know. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. So I've got 2 videos that I'm going to react to, guys. You got the answering Q&A question video, and we've got the couple shopping vlog video. So let's start with the couple shopping vlog video because it's not so long. I've got thoughts with it. Okay, one moment, please. So there's Foodie. Okay, let me just back it up, back it up, back it up. So let's see what they have to say. Oh, she's got that tacky music. Okay, I'm turning it off. I'm not dealing with that music.
How you doing?
Hey guys, we're at the mall. It's pretty dead in here actually. It's before iftar and it's really hot today, so I'm feeling the heat.
Guys, now the whole restaurants are closed.
You know, I've heard around the way that the temperature in Kuwait right now is floating between 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's not even summertime yet. It's not even deep summer. It's not even really the beginnings of spring. And it's already that hot. Hello, desert climate. And she's already struggling with the heat. I mean, they're in the shopping mall. It's air conditioned in there. And look at her. She's shiny. She's sweating in a shopping mall that's fully air conditioned. Foodie, how in the world are you going to deal with the temperatures in Kuwait if it's deep summer and the temperature is well over 100 degrees? You're not even going to want to go anywhere. You can't even think in temperatures like that. I used to live in Cali in an apartment with no AC. And sometimes the temperature of my house will reach over 100. Let me tell you, mama, when it gets that hot, you can't keep a thought in your head. The only thing you can think of is it's so hot, it's so hot, it's so hot. And it's very easy to overheat. And I'm much smaller than you. So how are you going to deal? Especially if there's a rolling blackout in your area and there's no electricity. You can't turn on a fan. You can't turn on the AC down to 17 degrees Celsius. How are you going to deal? You're already in trouble. You're in a mall and you're shiny with sweat.
Even the cafe.
Yeah.
Because it's during fasting now in Ramadan.
Yes. So let's go check it out. I have to get some things at Lush.
Why? You know, when I heard that she went to Lush, my first question was, why? Why are you going to Lush? Why is she going to Lush? It would make sense if she was all about her hygiene and all about the personal maintenance and the upkeep. It makes sense to spend money on quality, high-priced products. But if you're someone and you are not about your hygiene, you're not about taking care of yourself, why are you spending money on Lush products? It's so amazing to me, Foodie, that you spend so much money on Lush products, but yet you don't bathe, you don't take care of yourself. So why are you buying these things? Are you hoping for some kind of sponsorship from Lush? You're not going to get one.
Hello.
You can see there's a lot of shops even closed right now. They will open later.
So, it's become really apparent to me that it just seems like Solid and Chantal, they're just constantly looking around for places that there's nobody so they could film. Whether it's an empty shopping mall, an empty gym, they're just always looking around for places to film, places to film, places to film, looking for empty spots. Rather than sit down and say, what kind of quality content can we do together that'll really get people interested? It's all about just finding some empty, deserted location. And And of course, even though there's nobody there and there's no way to get food, she's got to walk past the fast food joints. And I'm turning off the crappy music because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that crappy background music. It's not ASMR to me. Nope. What? The restaurants are empty. Why are we paying such attention to empty restaurants? There's nobody there. There's no way to get food. This is what's called filler footage, y'all. This is what's called the filler footage to help make a video a little bit longer just so you can monetize it. That's what this is. We're just going to fill up some time. We're going to run up the meter so I can monetize this video. Nothing really to see here, but we're going to try to make money off of it anyway. I see you, Foodie. I see you. I see what you're doing. Speaking of which, before I forget, little side note. So I did a whole video talking about Foodie having an ASMR channel, and I gave my thoughts on it. And I had a brainstorm while I was lying in bed last night, just ready to fall asleep. I thought, wouldn't it just be funny if I go back through some of Chantal's own footage and clip that and make that into an actual ASMR video just to show her how it's really done? What do y'all think? Should I do it? I think I should do it. Just take your own footage and show you what a real ASMR artist can do with that, Foodie. Show you how it really sounds. Show you how it really looks. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And one of my subs had a great comment, and I love you for saying this. I don't know who you are. I forget your name. I'm so sorry. I haven't had a whole lot of coffee yet, but they called what Foodie is doing ASMR aren't. AS aren't. Like, are not. You're not doing ASMR. See, we're focusing. Ooh, Pizza Hut. Like nobody's ever seen a Pizza Hut before. Why are you focusing on that? Why? This is filler footage. And of course, why are we seeing these places? Again, we've already seen a McDonald's and Pizza Hut and everything in Kuwait. Why are we seeing them again? You know, this would be interesting if, say, this were a abandoned mall. There's one channel that I get into, and I will just drop the name right here. His name is Dan Bell. Dan Bell has a very interesting channel. He's got all different kinds of series. I really got into Dan Bell because he did a lot of paranormal stuff, exploring abandoned buildings, abandoned shopping malls, dead malls, meaning malls that they were still open, but they're about ready to close. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. Him walking through a deserted mall and just seeing what's left over, that's fascinating to me. Walking through a mall like this, and it's not a dead mall. It's just not got people in it because of a certain situation going on. This is not interesting, Foodie. This is not doing it. No. So like we're scanning the McDonald's, like why? And the KFC. So this is the footage. You walked around the food court and like just panned the camera all around the different fast food joints that are not open. Gosh. Back to the Burger King. Sorry, ma'am, you can't order a Nashi at this time. Wah, wah. Access denied. No food for you, Foodie. Okay, what are you saying, Salah?
It's everything closed, especially restaurants and cafe during fasting at the day in Ramadan, because it's illegal to eat in public in Ramadan. You guys might find it hard to fasting, but fasting has a benefits. You know, these benefits make you humble, make you think of the poor people, make you appreciate the food more. It's something nice, and it's showing a
Salah, you're trying to talk to us about fasting and the benefits of fasting. The person you should be talking to is sitting right next to you because she doesn't believe in fasting. You don't really get it, do you, Salah? The person that's sitting next to you has a problem with food. She has BED. She has food aggression. She's got issues tied up with food. And worse, she's monetized her problem. She's found a whole group of people to make money with this problem. They pay her for content on YouTube and off to monetize her situation, to sell it to them. So you want to talk to us about fasting? Look to your left. Look to your left. That's the person you should be talking to. Look at her nodding her head like, yeah, you're right, Salah, you're right, Salah. But yet she's not going to put it into practice. She's not going to try to fast. Nope. What does Chantal do? How does she handle her problems, guys? She escapes from them. She runs from them. Reality is not her best friend. She can't talk to reality and truth. Those are her enemies. She's blocking their numbers. No, she'd rather use filters and lies and delusion to keep the lies going so she can live in her own surreal fantasy world.
devotion of Allah as well. So try to fast. Also, it's healthy for the body. So here we go.
No one's buying ice cream at Marble Slab.
Not even you.
And the Cityscape, guys, it's a name of the cinema here in Kuwait. There's nobody, no people, no worker. It's all closed during fasting in Ramadan.
If Chantal wanted to do true ASMR, even in a deserted mall like that right now, you could do ASMR. You could just record the sounds of the mall and make that into ASMR videos. Just the sounds. And then put a picture of the mall with that. I mean, I'm not going to give her any more ideas. I'm just saying there's ways to utilize an environment like that, but she's not really into ASMR or ambiance. She just wants to stick her dirty, sticky, disgusting fingers and all the pies that are making money and find a piece for herself. Jack of all trades, master of none. And you know what, Foodie? When you're doing something you don't have a true passion for, people pick up on it. When you're doing it for money versus you're doing it for the law, people can tell the difference between both. The signs are there. And you want to get into ASMR and ambiance, ma'am, don't. Don't step into that world. Leave that community alone. Seriously, that's for people who want to be creative or people who want to relax. Maybe they have trouble sleeping. Maybe they have problems with their hearing. Like I will tell y'all right now, I have tinnitus in both ears, constant ringing in both ears. And I sometimes use ambiance videos to deal with that so I can sleep at night. I use like the rain videos to cover it up so I can go to sleep. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. A lot of people use ambiance and ASMR for anxiety or just simple relaxation or when they want to read a book. There's a lot of good in that community. And the last thing that community needs is someone as toxic and fake and phony as Chantal trying to insert herself. Don't do it, Foodie.
At the day, especially before iftar, like before 6 p.m. So there's no nachos, no popcorn, no soda drinks.
Aww. I can smell Lush. I can smell Lush already just on the escalator. I want to see if they have a face mask for a few blemishes that I find problematic. I don't know if it's from wearing a hijab in the heat with the sweat and everything, but...
We are getting close to lunch.
Yes.
Well, I'm not a doctor, Foodie. Only a doctor would know the answer to why you're getting blemishes. It could be your diet. It could be the sweating. It could be stress. It could be because you're not washing your hijab enough and all the filth is building up, or maybe your hands are dirty and you're constantly touching your face. But a little helpful tip, instead of just going to Lush and buying a whole bunch of expensive beauty products, why not just try some simple soap, a bar of soap and a washcloth? Keep yourself clean. You might have some good results just doing that. You don't need a whole bunch of Lush products. Just use just some simple tools for cleaning yourself.
Here we go.
Welcome to Lush.
No, we're not doing the corny music. We're not doing it. And I am not wowed by the Lush haul. I'll tell you that right now. Because we've seen her do this before. Her doing Lush hauls is not a new thing. This is just another way that Foodie is just trying to find ideas to fill up a video to make money off of. Oh, let's do a Lush haul. Oh, let's go to the mall and show a new location and film 11 minutes of boring footage. Lazy content, very lazy. There's no creativity here. It's just panning the camera around and a bunch of products on a shelf. Next.
Shade. Interesting. The vanilla one is the best.
More crappy music. I'm not listening to it. Sorry.
Hey guys.
Hello, guys. We miss you all.
Yes, very much. So we're actually going to go buy me a new phone. I'm going to give this one, my Pro Max 14, to Salah. I'm missing Samsung so bad. I can't.
Yeah, we know why you're getting the new phone. Because the iPhone was really meant for him to begin with. You were just trying to be all under the table with it, Foodie. Because you've been called out before for buying the men in your life new electronics. You got Natter a new iPad, maybe a one or two new iPhones. Now you're buying Salah a new phone. You're just trying to be all slick about it. Oh, I'm going to get the phone first and hang on to it for a minute, and then I'll just pass it over to him and nobody will say anything to me. You know what? It's your money. You want to buy Salah a new iPhone? Who's going to stop you? He's there with you. He's putting up with you. We know what you're doing. You're just basically trying to spoil him every once in a while with nice things, so he'll put up with you just a little bit longer. But yeah, that iPhone 14 was really for him. It wasn't for you. You've said long ago you're not an iPhone fan. You've always been a Samsung girl. So when you got that new iPhone, I was side-eyeing you, and I knew eventually it would end up with Salah, and it has.
Can't do it, guys. Samsung for life.
So you miss Android, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's starting to get so hot here in Kuwait. The summer is approaching. So there's a lot of malls here, and they're very well air conditioned, and for a reason, because people need somewhere to go in the summer, and the malls are it because of the AC.
Yeah, exactly, baby. The malls here are uncountable, really. MashaAllah. You know, because it's the hot.
Hey, Foodie, I don't know what your plans are for this summertime. But as someone I used to live in Cali, let me tell you. I don't know if your plan is that during the summer you're going to go hang out in the mall all day, even though you hate to be around people. But even if that's the plan, if it's say 100 or more degrees outside, just stepping outside the front door, you're going to feel like you're inside the butthole of Satan. You're going to be surrounded by heat. You're going to cook. You're going to cook before you get to that mall. You're going to be like a roasted turkey. What's the plan? To live in the mall all summer? Listen, Didn't you say you wanted to have a hot girl summer? Yeah, you did. Well, it looks like it's about to come true, just not in the way that you thought it would. You will be having a hot girl summer. Really hot. Really, 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 really hot. Enjoy that, girl.
Weather here, so people prefer to go to a closed area with the AC. That's useful a lot, and also the people like shopping, walking around, doing sports. Even there's like arcade games playing for the kids also.
A lot of speed bumps. It's like a electronics store. It's very quiet.
More filler footage. We don't need to see this. So all we've seen so far is an empty mall, practically empty Lush. Now we're on to the phone store. I mean, they're just filming all the empty locations. What is this? Empty ambiance? Empty store ambiance? I'm turning off the crappy music again. Can't stand it. Ooh, look, we're going to monetize this footage and put it on YouTube because this is what people are interested in, going into a store where the store is empty. Skip it. Skipping all this nonsense. Again, I don't understand the thinking of someone who is not into their hygiene, is not into taking care of themselves, spending money on beauty products that cost a lot. I don't get it. Is it a status thing? It must be. You know, Chantal's very grandiose in her head. Simple just won't do. It has to be grandiose. It has to be bigger than what it is. It has to be more than everybody else. So she buys all these beauty products, and then what does she do? She doesn't take care of her skin. She relies on the filters to cover up everything that's wrong. So what's the point of all these products, Foodie? Just needlessly spending money on stupid crap that you're not going to use. It's just going to sit around and do nothing. And there's the new iPhone. I mean, sorry, Samsung. And I'm wondering, where's this money coming from? Are your feeders bankrolling you right now? I think they are. Maybe that's why you're not worried about the money you're getting on YouTube. Hey, it's your life. Do what you want. But, you know, when you're a YouTuber and this is all the money you make, and then you're splurging before payday, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Oh, here we go. Here's the meal. Here's the meal. All that rice. All that rice. I noticed that every meal that Foodie orders, there's like an abundance of rice, like an overabundance. She's talking about getting herself together and taking care of her health. Foodie, you want to maximize your vegetables and minimize the carbs. You do need healthy carbs for energy, but too much is too much. You feel me? That's just too many calories. You don't need to carb load. You're not doing any heavy working out. You're not doing any heavy cardio right now. I seriously doubt you're working out at all. If you're not very active, you don't need much fuel for your gas tank. Like too much rice, ma'am. Look, really? Another container of rice? Look, you see this portion right here? You could split this 4 ways and that'd be enough for 4 people. Maybe even 5. Way too much here. There should be more of these, more of the vegetables, less of this right here. And we got fried stuff. It looks like it's fried. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. No, it's not fried. My apologies. Looks like it's maybe roasted or something. And bread. Wait. And bread. And bread. So we got an ocean of rice and bread. And what's this over here? That looks like soda. So explain to me how you're getting healthy, Foodie. You've got sugar water, you've got carbs, which turn into sugar, 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 and sugar. Sugar everywhere, sugar for days. There should be more water than anything else. And by the way, Foodie, since you are a diabetic, if you are a diabetic and you're constantly thirsty, that means your blood sugar is too high. That might be the reason why you're always thirsty. Cut down on the sugar. Okay, so that was that vlog. We're done with it. So let's move on to the Q&A. It's not that long. It's like 20 minutes. We'll just cover it. I peeked at it. And Know It All Chantal, it has come out. You know, she's talking like she has some sense here, but I feel that it's just a ruse. Like she just read a bunch of stuff on the internet and she's just telling everybody what they want to hear. I've got thoughts. I've got thoughts anyway. So let me just put her on the screen and let's do this.
It's been a little while. So I did post a few days ago on my community tab area that I wanted to do a Q&A, just give you guys a chance to ask me some questions. And so I thought I would do that today. Okay, so the order I'm going to answer these is just, I'm looking at the top comments first. If I don't want to answer a question, I will just pass it. Unfortunately, I'll skip it, I should say. All right, I'm going to pause here for a minute because I want to explain that I know I posted on my community tab that this would be a candid Q&A, meaning I would open up a bit more, which is what you guys are used to me doing. However, while I was editing, I realized that...
Y'all spot something on her eyes? I'm not quite sure if this is sweat or the Gat No Glitter eyeshadow. It looks like the glitter eyeshadow.
There's some things I just really am not comfortable talking about.
Oh, are you not comfortable talking about how you just got busted talking to yourself on the couple vlogs using the ASMR channel? That's been exposed. Of course, you're not going to discuss that.
So I really want to keep a lot of privacy for myself. So I'm going to answer more general questions, things that I'm, in general, I guess, just comfortable answering. So if I omitted your question, I apologize. I thank you for asking it, but there are some...
So you're not going to answer specific questions about anything where you lied and you got caught. You're just going to answer general vanilla questions. Got it.
Things I'm going to keep to myself for my own good, my own mental health and well-being. Thanks for understanding, guys. It's just that it might be too personal or I just don't want to answer it. But there's a lot of things that I want to keep private in my private life. Something I know that you guys are still not really used to, but maybe someday you will be. I'm still getting used to it too. You know, I have a motor mouth. I'm an open book, you guys know. So just a note also, whatever questions I don't get around to, I will do this in a series. So you can go ask questions if you want. The post will still be up, but I'll do a little series of it. So if I don't get around to your question in this one, it might be in the next one, okay? So Taliu asked, would you ever take classes to prepare for a different line of work?
I can answer that right now. No. No. No, she would not. No, she would not. Because Chantal's delusional. She is. She honestly thinks she's a YouTube celebrity. That she's going to get rich on YouTube, although her views are going down, the money's going down to the point where she's accepting money offline from her viewers. She actually thinks she's somebody on YouTube. But Chantal's not that smart that she would think ahead and say to herself, you know, this YouTube thing, I can feel it is coming to a close. The money's not like it used to be. Maybe I need to prepare. Maybe I need to get some training in something else as a backup. Maybe I need to take some online college courses or look at a different line of work. She doesn't think that far ahead. Foodie lives completely in the moment. And the moment that she lives in is that moment, like that second. She doesn't think an hour ahead, a week ahead, a month ahead, a year ahead. She lives in the moment. That's why her life is a mess. So she would never do that. She's far too lazy. Listen, if this woman is too lazy to be on a YouTube channel where you could do anything you want and you've got complete control of your time, you can get up when you want, go to sleep when you want, you can make any content you like, you can edit when you like. If she's too lazy to do quality content for her main channel, which is the source of her income, she's not going to have the motivation or the work ethic to go and do something else someplace else.
Oh my gosh, I've been out of a real, like, I guess, real job, a conventional job, since 2000, maybe 16 or 17. And I don't even know, like, how that would be. Would I be opposed to going back to school, though, and learning, like, a new skill or something like that? No, I wouldn't be. At the point I'm in my life right now, I feel like I have so much to take care of. And I know,
Well, you're not wrong about that. There's a lot of stuff to take care of. But there's also a lot of people in the world that they know what they have to get done. They prioritize words. They put priority on certain things and they get everything done. They get multiple things done at once. You're not really good at that at all. So, as far as what you need to focus on, you should be focusing on your health, first of all, focusing on your financial debts, which you've acquired by being lazy and stupid with your money. But are you someone that you will get things done? No. No.
it might sound like, for people who don't really believe in God or anything like that, I believe in destiny, through God. And I think that He has a plan mapped out for me. And I think me not being in a traditional job right now, I couldn't handle. I think that I have the ability to do something that I love, and that I can just.
But you don't love it though. That's part of the problem. You don't love it. You got on a live stream, Foodie, and you said yourself you were burnt out on YouTube. You said, I don't enjoy this anymore. Both you and Amberlyn Reed have said that almost exact same thing. You're on your YouTube channel and you log in and you do your videos strictly for the money. You don't like it. You don't love it. It's just, where that your bread is buttered. And so you have to keep buttering the bread just to get a little bit of cash. But there's no love. There's no pride. There's no, I really like doing this. You don't love YouTube anymore. You love the money that you get from YouTube and you get from people, but you don't really love your job per se.
Kind of still have the time to focus on my well-being. I feel really blessed for that, but I feel also like I need it. Like, it's not like, I feel like all of this time that I don't have spending on a normal job, I say normal for lack of a better term, any way you earn money to me and any way that you pay your bills or support yourself is a job, in my opinion. And it takes all kinds of people to do all kinds of jobs to make the world go around, right? So, but learning new things and everything, if I'm at a place in the future where I'm super healthy and.
When's that going to happen? Because you guys just saw the shopping vlog I showed you. You saw what she was eating. Does that look like something that somebody who is working on their health should be eating? No, absolutely not. Someone who's working on their health, someone who is super morbidly obese, 500 pounds, breathing problems, mobility problems, shouldn't be carb loading up on tons and tons of rice and soda and bread.
I'm just in a really good place. Maybe, you never know. Inshallah, like it could happen. Thank you for the question. Fire Mistake asks, do you have a certain amount of calories you're aiming for daily, or are you just playing it by feel for now? Yeah, I don't count calories or anything like that. I don't even weigh myself. My gym doesn't have a scale, and we have.
That's a lie. That is a lie. I'm sure the gym does have a scale. I haven't been to the gym in the longest, but I'm pretty sure they do have a scale somewhere. Foodie would just never get on it.
Haven't purchased one yet. So I'm just starting small. For me, that's usually how I do it, through like a process of elimination, I guess. So I just right now I'm starting by not drinking soda and not eating fast food. And
Huh? What? You did what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's it at? You're not drinking what? Not drinking soda. What was that I showed a minute ago? Hold on a minute. I'm going to show it again. I showed it to you. Like I freeze framed that. You guys saw the soda in the picture, right? I'm looking now to see if I can find it again. There was like some Pepsi in the background. There it is. Hold up. We're going to go back to it. We're going to go back. What's that? What's that? This does not look like sparkling water. This looks like Pepsi. There's the brand right there. Boom. So you're cutting down on your soda, Foodie? What's that? And then we got the bread and the rice. But you said I'm cutting down on soda. How? You were consuming soda with this meal. Yeah. Let's go back here.
And going to the gym. I've been going at least 5 times a week is what I'm aiming for. And just because I'm so busy with, like, we have 3 channels to manage now, and
Listen, you're not going 5 times a week. I don't believe that. Anybody else believe that? Anybody believe that Foodie, who has limited mobility, has trouble breathing, she has a hard time with the heat, and right now it's starting to approach summer. Anybody believe that Foodie's going to the gym 5 times a week? Because I don't. I really, really don't. In fact, I'll take it further. I don't think she's been to the gym at all, except to film some footage for the channel. That's pretty much about it.
Just like between everything else, like, you know, family, Ramadan, prayer, just cooking, cleaning, just everyday life stuff that I find on a normal day overwhelming. You know, it's like I'm getting used to juggling so many things in my life now that I didn't when I was in Canada. I was just, you know, neglecting life and everything, and just
You still are. You're neglecting your health even in Kuwait. And I think with Ramadan going on, and the fact that if you are fasting, which I seriously doubt that you are, you have a medical problem which would exempt you from Ramadan. But let's just say for a moment that you were trying your best to do Ramadan. I would think that someone who has BED, that would trigger it more. Because if you're someone with BED, like yourself, if you are faced with a situation where you're going to be without food, what is that going to trigger you to do? It's going to trigger you on the inside to eat more while you can. Like load up as much as you can until the last possible second when you have to stop. And then when you can start again, load up even more. So you might be gaining more weight and becoming more unhealthy because of your problem with food during Ramadan.
in a really darker place. So now that I'm trying to do all of these things, juggle all of these things, I find that if I had to add in counting calories and all this and that, it would just be kind of overwhelming for me, and I'd probably give up. I know myself.
You know, you don't have to count calories. It's just about common sense, Foodie. Common sense. Common sense. You don't have to count calories to look at a whole pie tin full of rice and say, you know what? I don't need all that. Like a cup of rice is fine. Just take half a cup of rice, put it on a plate with some protein and some vegetables. That's all you need. You don't need an entire pie tin full of rice that's really meant for like 6 people. Common sense. And you don't have that right now. That's why you can't do intuitive eating. You don't know how to eat intuitively. if you have a problem with food at that time, you cannot eat intuitively.
By now, after many
Intuition sucks at that point.
many failed attempts at weight loss. So I'm just taking it easy for now, and once I get the hang of things, then I can try to add in those kind of things, keeping track. But I generally just kind of stick to whole foods and portion controlling as much as I can.
No, you're not. Don't make me go back to that vlog again. I will. Nope. Booger's up. Booger's got the zoomies. Hold on. Booger! What are you doing, Bobbies? Come here. What was I saying? I forget. Let's continue. My cat just came in running like a racehorse. I'm like, huh?
And like you see us ordering out those big plates of rice. Well, I don't think the rice itself is what's bad. I think it's...
You know what? Carbs are good. You need your carbs for energy. You can't just do straight protein. You need a healthy balance of vitamins, minerals, carbs, proteins, vegetables. You need variety in your diet, Foodie. Your problem is that you load up on carbs and sugar. You are a carb addict, ma'am. And that's coming from somebody that I used to be that way. It takes one to know one. Somebody who's there can't lie to somebody who used to be there. Like, you can't lie to one of your own, okay? You are a carb addict. You can't do without your sugar. You can't do without your bread. You can't do without, you got to have some kind of carbs. Your diet is so carb heavy, it's not even funny. You don't need all that rice. You don't need all that bread. You don't need all that soda. You're putting all that fuel in your gas tank for what? You're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. And all those calories just make you heavier. Calm down with the carbs.
How much you eat of it. Because if you look at many nations, many countries, many populations, whatever you want to say, some people eat rice 3 times a day in some countries. So it's just amount, and they don't have obesity problems. It depends on your...
They're probably very active people. They go out and they do things and they work off the calories. They work off the energy. You don't.
Activity level. It depends on what else you're eating. It depends on how much you're eating, in my opinion. So I'm just trying to be more mindful of what I'm putting in my mouth, but not...
No, you're not.
So calculated. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Okay, Molly Stewart asks, how did you start going bald? My sister is experiencing the same issues. I wanted to know if you had any indications from a doctor or anything when you noticed it starting to thin. Oh boy. I saw an endocrinologist a long time ago, and they suspected hormonal imbalance. It was so long ago that I don't even remember what they said to me, honestly. I should have kept notes, but you know how I'm not organized, especially with health things. Inshallah, that will change. But I don't know. I just noticed maybe in like 2010, my hair started really just getting thinner and thinner. And I noticed somebody made a comment on it, started making comments on it, and it made me insecure about it at the time. And, I think maybe a few years later, they came out with that like hair powder that I noticed, the kaboki, the hair fibers, and I started using those. Honestly, I think it's a combination of things for me, if I'm being quite honest. What I think is that it's just like, when I had my hysterectomy, that probably didn't help with the hormonal issues. I think it's a mixture of hormonal issues. Also, being obese, factoring that in with having such a poor diet for so many years of just eating fast food and hardly enough fruits and vegetables and vitamins and minerals. If you lack nutrition in your body, I don't know how you can expect to have a full growth of hair. Although some people do,
I actually agree with you, Foodie. I think it might be a myriad of issues all mixed together. It could be hereditary. It could be related to a medical condition. It also could, I think it's related to your diet. Absolutely. I'm not a doctor. Only a doctor would know. But watching you over the years, as far as your issues with your hair, like, I don't know how far back they started exactly, but when you really got into the going crazy with the fast food, eating nothing but fast food, I did notice you were losing a lot more hair faster. So I think that diet is a factor here. Because you're right. If you have a very unhealthy diet, which you do, and you still do, if you're not giving your body the vitamins and minerals and all that to function, you might start having the side effects of, say, hair loss. So it could be a bunch of issues all put together. The question is, what are you doing about it now? Because your diet still sucks.
Mashallah. But I'm not one of those people. Also genetic. A lot of my family members, even female family members, have hair thinning. So yeah, my mom has a little bit thicker hair than me, but her hair is pretty thin as well. So I have been taking steps to improve that. I've been taking daily vitamins, biotin, a B complex vitamin, zinc, vitamin C, a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D. I've also been taking.
I think that's a good idea to take vitamins and all that supplements, Foodie, but here's a little nasty truth about vitamins and minerals. I don't know what quality of vitamins and minerals you're taking, but sometimes when you take vitamins and minerals, they will just pass through your system and you'll poop the most of it out. Like if vitamins are very, very solid, they won't like completely digest in your system. So you won't get 100% of the benefits. So there's that. It's best to get your vitamins and minerals in a form where your body can just absorb them quickly and they'll be all the way digested, i.e. something like, say, a smoothie or healthy food, rather than relying on, man-made supplements.
Collagen peptides. And the collagen peptides, I notice that already the skin on my body is feeling a lot more firmer in places I was worried about before. So I've been taking it I started taking it when I was in Canada, I think. I don't remember. But I don't know if it's like mind over matter. It might take a little while longer to notice results. But for me, I already noticed results, and I already noticed my hair coming in a bit more. Yeah. I don't know.
Foodie is so concerned about the state of her hair and taking care of her hair and taking the supplements for that, which is fine. But you know what, Foodie? What about the more important issues that relate to your health? You're focused on the hair and you're buying the Lush products so your face looks okay. But what about the more serious issues inside of you? Like the fact that you've got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and you've got cirrhosis of the liver and your liver is 3 times the size of what it should be. What about all the visceral fat that is so tightly packed around your organs that they literally cannot move? What about the blood clots in your lungs? What about your breathing problems? What about your diabetes? You should be the most concerned and focused on those things versus your hair or buying Lush products, in my opinion. If you're going to be concerned about stuff, the priority should be to what's going on inside of you versus what's going on outside.
Oh, I mean, to me, I think, and I did read that the collagen is a good supplement to take, and it actually has been proven to work. There is actually scientific evidence that it does work. And when you ingest it through the powder that I use, it actually stays in your skin for up to 2 weeks. So I've been taking it every day with some tea. And I know some sources say that it will be destroyed by the heat, but actually it can sustain up to 300 degrees Celsius, and water boils at 100 degrees apparently. So actually I think it's okay. I've been having it in tea. It's actually flavorless even if you put it in water, and if we're in the living room, we can sometimes hear people closing their doors. We can hear, kids and things like that. You guys have heard in my live streams. But when we're in the bedroom with the door closed, we don't hear anything at all. It's actually very quiet. Thanks for the question, guys. Twice Divorce asked, hi, Beezer. Are you planning on taking courses for Arabic? Inshallah, yeah, I would like to eventually. Salah's just been teaching me, but I find that I learn mostly through everyday conversation, like I said.
What conversation are you learning from, though? Salah is hardly around. You don't have any friends over in Kuwait. You don't have any female friends, especially. So, what conversation? You sit in the house 23 hours out of a 24-hour day. So, how are you learning through conversation? If you talk to no one but Salah and he's hardly there. You know, if you wanted to learn Arabic or any language, there are free videos on YouTube. You could watch them, you could listen to them over and over and over again, and you would pick things up that way. You're in the house all the time. You could easily just start learning that way, and that way you could make conversation with people or try to understand. But you're lazy, so you'll never do that. But I learned through conversations, she says, when she talks to no one and she goes no place.
But I do need to take some courses. They do offer some free courses at some places. So, again, I've just been so busy on so many other things that I haven't even really had time to think about it. But thanks for reminding me. Squeaky From Hi Beezer asked, would you say there's room for critics' reactors as long as they aren't hateful? It's your channel life, so it's fine if you say no, obviously. I used to be what you would call a hater, but then I really took notice of how vile some of the hate was and decided to change my ways. I think there's room for people to not like you, but bullying and interference in your real life take it too far. Yeah, and thank you for your question, CM Punk. Thank you for your question, Squeaky From Beezer. Yeah, of course. I don't have a problem with like constructive criticism. Obviously, I don't like.
You have a problem with every kind of criticism, Chantal. Every kind of criticism. And worse, you seek out criticism. You go to the reaction channels. You watch their live streams. You even lurk in their live chats under sock accounts. You go on their community posts. You go on Twitter. You seek out criticism. And it doesn't matter if the person is right or not. You're a narcissist. Narcissists love attention. They love the idea of people talking about them. So since one of your addictions is attention, you want to see how much attention people are giving you and what their critique is. And one of your biggest problems is that you don't listen to people. Even if someone is saying something valid and it is constructive criticism, and you could take that criticism and just think it over, reflect, and say, maybe they're right. Maybe this is a perspective I should be listening to, and maybe I could take that and do something with it. No, you get hateful with it. You look at all criticism as being hateful. Yet, you can't understand why the reaction channels, we feel the way that we do, we react the way that we do, and it's all your fault. It's all your fault. You get on YouTube, you make hateful content, you are offensive, vulgar, and gross, and then you expect us to praise you for acting that way. But we're not going to co-sign on your BS. We're going to call it out each and every time that you're guilty of it. You want positive responses, do positive content. It's just that simple.
Bullying, but I've come to a lot of realizations recently about all of this, and I think I have a really huge responsibility and role to play in the amount of trolling, the amount of hate that I've gained online.
Yep.
I think it's because of all the attention I've given to it, and
Chantal, you made it your business for over 2 years to be as offensive and gross and vulgar and completely out of pocket as you could think of. You explored and exploited every topic that you could that would just absolutely shock people and tick people off to the point where you ran out of topics. And then you reached that place of, now where do I go? Now what do I do? I put myself in a corner. How do I get out of it? The only other place to go was to go the complete opposite route. Instead of coming on camera half dressed, half naked, being gross, you had to do the complete opposite. And that's exactly what you did. You found a new way to shock people and to make the drama by cosplaying a faith that you honestly do not believe in, and that's not in your heart.
You know, when you highlight something, when you pay so much attention to it, it's going to grow. And I'm probably largely responsible for a lot of hate channels becoming as big as they have. So, I realize, the key is to just do me and ignore the rest. And
Here's the problem. I don't think you know who you are. I'm just going to do me. Here's a question of reflection, Chantal. Who are you? Who are you really? Who is Chantal? Not Foodie Beauty. Who is Chantal? What does Chantal want in life? What makes Chantal happy? Truly happy? Put YouTube and the audience and the reactors and the reaction channels aside. Who are you as a person? I don't think you know. I don't think you want to know. I don't think you're interested in yourself. I don't think you're interested in investing in yourself. You're all about living online and being on stage and playing out this part called Foodie Beauty. You refuse to get off stage and take care of your real life self, which is why your real life is a mess. You devoted yourself entirely too much to an online persona. And the lines got blurred until there were no more lines. Chantal and Foodie became one and the same. As a matter of fact, you got so into the Foodie Beauty character, you killed off Chantal, the person, in a way. He no longer exists. You're constantly in character. But you cannot run away from the real life problems of Chantal, the health problems and so forth. Can't keep doing it. Can't.
that's what I'm going to try my hardest to do. And how I do that is just by not watching it, not looking at it, not reacting to it. People are always going to hate, right? The classic saying, haters are going to hate. There's nothing I can do about that. It's an also classic saying that you can only control your response. And no matter how much I would, be just screaming into the void, I'm doing this all in self-defense. I'm acting like a bee in return in self-defense. And it's like, but it's still my reaction and I'm responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
So these have been really hard lessons learned. And I think that I keep cycling between that, raging and being angry and upset because I never learned the lesson. So until I finally do, then you'll know, because then, I won't be coming online and raging anymore. But I do.
So she's not done raging online. She said, until I learn the lesson, basically she just confessed she's got an anger problem. But we already knew that about her. We already knew she's got an anger problem. She's always had an anger problem. And since she's not seeking out therapy or counseling for that, that's going to continue. So when you have an anger problem like that, you're going to keep raging. The anger is inside of you. It has to come out. And she loves attention. So when she's angry, she wants attention in those moments where she's angry. So she comes online, she rages. She might get some views out of that. But she just said, until I learn the lesson, versus I have learned my lesson and I'm not going to do that anymore. So with Chantal, it's all the same language. She's always making excuses for what she does and what she says. Oh, you guys know how I am. I'm impulsive. Always making excuses rather than finding solutions and executing the solutions to the problems. So the problems are not problems anymore.
Know that there's always going to be commentary. And I think that commentary, constructive, analyzing content in a constructive manner is very important. When someone puts something out, talking about it in a way that brings up ideas and talking points is important. We're human beings. We like to analyze. We like to criticize. We like to rationalize. So for people to try and rationalize my behavior and all this and that, I think it's normal. And no, I don't have a problem with that. But thank you for admitting you used to be a hater. And I think that a lot of haters are just people who may have just been frustrated at one point with something or another time and just express it differently. So I'm trying to be more tolerant and more understanding about people's reactions as well. I'm trying to focus more on the why over the how they present what they're saying to me. Okay, Dr. Agathon Carver used to be a Beezer. When is the next open chat? So I'm not going to be doing live streams for now, but to say I'll never have another open chat, I don't know. But I am enjoying doing the recorded content because it allows me to reflect more on what I want to say instead of just being so.
No, let's talk about that recorded content for a moment, Chantal. So you said earlier that you are so busy with so many things, right? You said that. An 8-minute video is a joke. An 11-minute video is a joke. That is such a small amount of time to do a video. And knowing you and Salah, you guys probably go out, film all kinds of footage in one day, and then you just piece it all together, or you cut out little pieces and make videos. You know, you're doing the least amount of work and wanting the most amount of money for it. But an 8-minute video, 8 minutes, really? That's you being busy all day. You've got so many things going on. Look, we know you're not working out. And if you're putting out an 8-minute video, what else are you doing with your time? So you can cut it out with the I am so busy crap. Okay?
Impulsive, and I think that's really healthy for me at this time. Mike, what is your goal and what are Salah's goals from recently joining the gym? Really enjoying that type of content, by the way. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your question as well. Our goal is just to improve our fitness, some weight loss, especially for me. And as you can see, we're starting pretty slow at the gym, but you have to kind of build it up. You don't just want to go in and start lifting like 250 pounds.
You know, Foodie, if you wanted to build up your stamina, if you wanted to just give yourself a head start, and I've said this before, you can just simply put YouTube on the big screen in your house when you're alone and just do some low impact cardio and aerobics just to get used to moving around and doing things. And you can do it at your own pace, and you're at home and you're in the AC and you're comfortable. You don't have to go anywhere. Nobody has to look at you. So you're not feeling awkward or embarrassed if somebody's watching you work out. That'd be a good way of going about it. And then once you start to get more active, once you get your stamina up, if you really want to keep it up, that's when you join a gym. I think that would be the smarter option for you.
Of weights and, you know, right off the bat. So it can be damaging to your muscles. So we just want to improve our fitness level. Also mental health. I find my mental health is like, actually, yeah, it's so much improved. Just, I don't get as angry. I just feel good after the gym. I like to feel good, you know, I make it like, it's like a whole evening thing. So, and I noticed that it is time consuming. So that's why I've cut it down to 5 times a week for now, to allow myself to a day to do like complete housework and laundry and to edit and catch up on things. Metal Hobbit, if money wasn't a problem, where would you most want to travel to? Thank you for your question, Metal Hobbit. I think I would just want to travel the world. I think I would just literally want to put Howie in a little hamster backpack and just you know, Salah and I just go and travel for the next couple of years, like just not even.
So there she goes. She's dreaming out loud. That's something that Foodie does a lot of, dreaming out loud. It's so easy to talk about something than to actually do it, to actually execute it. She does a lot of dreaming out loud because when she dreams out loud in front of a camera, she can make that into content and she can monetize it. She's made plans before, talked extensively about going to Jamaica and go Eurobeasing and going to the weekend concert. Did those things happen? No. And when she went to Cuba, which was a complete surprise, she just stayed at the resort. She stayed near the buffet area. She stayed in her room. She barely went to the beach. So you want to be a world traveler, Foodie, you need to get in better shape for that. That way you can enjoy your travels. You can do more. You can go more places. If that's what you really want to do, then get yourself to a place physically where you can do it and you can enjoy it.
Live in a home, just like travel from place to place, road trips between like visiting many different countries. I want to travel to the Middle East. We do have some travel planned. I think you can still travel even if you don't have much money, as long as you're smart about it. And luckily for me, Salah is very smart. And well, I mean, I don't want to say I'm not, but we have, we contribute to the relationship in a lot of different ways. And one of them is he's very good at planning things and being strategic. So I think that we can definitely travel and be smart about it, even not being rich people, What is your biggest regret, Minto Angel? Honestly, I think that not reverting sooner to Islam, just completely not acknowledging God as a presence in my life in general has, been detrimental in so many ways when I look back on my life. Believing in God has erased a lot of angst, a lot of worry, a lot of doubt, a lot of things in my life, a lot of despair. I know why I'm here now. I mean, we are all God's creatures. We're all perfect in that way, but that's what I mean by that. I'm still figuring out what God wants from me here. Maybe it's just to give messages to people. Maybe it's just to enlighten people in some way or share my story with people. And I'm already doing that. So hopefully that gets me some good deeds in his book. But I wish I found God a lot sooner, because I think it would have really helped me in my darkest moments in life. Thank you for your question, Minto Angel. Okay, I'm going to answer this.
Okay, so she's pretty much done. There's like a minute or two left. We'll just cut it off here. So I've given my thoughts on everything going on with Foodie Beauty, and I will keep up with her to see what else is going on. Before I end this react, a question for anybody who might be watching, who's part of my channel. So for those of you that are my subscribers and viewers, if there are other channels that you'd like me to react to, let me know in the comments, because I am looking to expand beyond Foodie. Her content is getting more and more stale, and she's not doing as much. And I just like to expand and just branch outward and do more. So if you guys know any channels that would be great to react to, let me know in the comments, because I am all ears. So in closing, I hope everybody has a great Easter. Be safe, be happy today. Enjoy your time with family and friends, and please take care. Bye-bye.